Yeah, good morning, John Taylor. Yes, I've spoken to you on another channel of mine, and you've communicated with me, and I'm very much appreciate it. I've seen some pretty snarky comments people have made about yourself personally, and it seems to be this problem in this world, doesn't it? Alright, we'll get away from that. But basically, the aesthetic of that place in the movie, in the video you wrote, refurbing a Ricoh photocopier, Ricoh 10, 22, 27, 22, 2022, 2027, right? It really brings back the days, the days when the industry had a real feel to it, like a character that was really genuine, really, inclusive. It was a very, I think it's the same aesthetic. I haven't worked in the industry since 1997, but I still keep my eye to it through the YouTube and through social media. If I've got time, I've got a very important global message I want to send out, and I have to basically downgrade, staring at copier industry vlogs for very long. But I've seen some very distressed people out there concerned about the industry, and they're not getting much influence, including many of the people who comment on your pages. Sorry if I've left puerile comments myself. I didn't mean to make it look bad. I just wanted to sort of help, draw attention to, that photocopiers are an important service, and that there's not things that we just simply ignore because, and they're the most hated pieces of office equipment, and the people who deal with photocopiers don't seem to be terribly popular either. And I'm sorry about some of the silly comments I've left. I didn't mean to. I've been doing some pretty immature things to try and help people who once were in the industry, but because of the industry culture, it's not so much affecting the independents like yourself, because I find the people in the independents are extremely generous and very. Not all of them. We've always had cowboys, right? We've always had people who've cut corners and done some dangerous things with refurbing photocopiers or repairing them, and it's very unacceptable. But I saw some really nice comments from business prints, but many. You see, the thing is, on YouTube alone, we have people out of work, ex-copier professionals, like a whole galaxy of them. It's weird, but I'm trying to get them to somehow get together, and some of the comments I leave and some of the things I've done are absolutely outrageous. Like, I even had my YouTube channel closed because I did some. Oh man, you might have seen the stuff. It might have shocked the crap out of you, mate. But sometimes the only way to get attention is to basically create what we call a shock campaign or a sensationalist campaign, and it actually backfired, and I got into big trouble for it. Not only getting my channel closed, but the police were consulted, so with the court. But I didn't want to. I don't like making trouble, and I'm very ashamed. But I can't really seem to get a message out because I see so much talent on YouTube, and there's so many independent copier dealers who've picked up the slack that the OEMs have left. The trail of, well, it's actually shattered the dreams of a lot of ex-professionals. I don't know why, but I think there's not enough independents like yourself who are hiring people. There's not enough of you guys, not enough jobs to go around. In the old days, the big companies like Canon and Ricoh and Xerox, they were employing people just on the basis that they enjoyed working with the product. Nowadays, that's become a discriminatory thing in itself. And I'm still on the airwaves, and I'm actually dedicating about 15 hours a day or even more to helping unemployed copier professionals specifically, but it also radiates out to other unemployed talent, but that's a specialty. And many of them were employed by the big companies. Many of them were not just technicians and refurbers. I'm talking some of these people, I've actually met them in recent times. R&D staff, ex-R&D, and people in the copier industry, you probably know this, they're obsessed with image, as in You know, I mean, images in, you've got to have you know, impeccable look. You've got to have the suit and tie. Everything's got to be perfectly pressed and ironed. You've got to have to walk into a company. You've got to have a resume so neat and tidy and well scripted. You know, you can't just come with the premise that you love photocopiers or you love photocopiers, so you do it. And the people who love what they do produce a better product, because refurbing a copier, as you said, takes 8 hours. And I used to do it. I used to be in the refurbishing game myself. That was where I spent most of my time. And it is hard work. Oh, it is messy. It is grotty. I mean, getting yourself covered in toner is, and not only that, they say toner is carcinogenic. And to do a good refurb job, you've got to basically be into it. It didn't quite fit my aptitude fully. So my photocopier involvement is purely on the amateur level, and I can make the occasional long-range forecast. I can analyse a copier system and rattle through it, but I can't, work in the industry myself. But I'm not talking about myself here. I've accepted the fact that I can't work in the copier industry as it is because I've literally got learning disabilities, like virtually no short-term memory. So learning copier theory is laborious, and my manual dexterity is not good, so I'm very slow on the job, and I don't enjoy refurbing as much. I tend to find it tedious after a while, but that's probably because it doesn't match my aptitude. But I still try to plough a lot into it, and I'm a slow worker, but I don't want to. But I'm still fully cognitive, right? It's just mainly short-term memory I'm lacking, and I see like a photocopier. I don't see in 3D, but I've also got Asperger's syndrome, and these are the people that I reckon make the best workers, because we've got a whole galaxy of them out there who want to work in the photocopier industry, but they did refurbing. I think they do refurbing. They do technical work on YouTube. It's like they still are working in the industry, but they're actually not working in the industry. They're doing it on an amateur level, or they work in independence and they're offering free advice, which the money-driven industry OEMs won't do. I'm trying to get the message out to media that we've got millions of people who I see who have got no job, no money, no hope. They don't even have friends or a marital life. Their lives are death, warmed up. And it's like the depression, the global financial crisis is like a reflection of their lives. It's like the Great Depression over again, and there doesn't seem to be any hope. And I just don't know how to help these people. There's millions of them out there, and I've got big goals, big dreams for these people. But if I can't get them to network, it doesn't matter how much. I've been sitting at home at my dad's place constantly for 2 months trying to hammer the data. I mean, I spend it's now like 15 hours, maybe even 20 hours a day on the computer. Fortunately, my body clock is like that. But unfortunately, the message is not getting through. It looks like it's about to get through, but how many times have I thought that it gets through and it won't? I've got a future husband waiting for me, who wants to change the industry too, and for some reason he's decided to dispatch me as a public face. And he runs an independent as well. He runs Mytronics Corporation in Australia. For some reason he's decided to hang me out to dry and get me to be the messenger. It's quite discouraging when you spend a whole year in cyberspace and nothing seems to work. I've even appealed to your YouTube channel to pay a certain amount of money because I'm stuck at home at my father's place. I'm not spending money on expensive food and that. I'm living a very stripped down life, and I'm sort of offered even $500 or something to get the mass media involved. It's not just about the photocopier game, but that's the main focus. It's about people with Asperger's syndrome who work in industries like who want to work in gaming, and also people on university grads. Now the thing is, my communication skills are shot as well, and that's what the photocopier industry is actually discriminating against, is that they want everyone to be able to talk about people and to be people focused to the point where building the hardware and programming the software is basically falling down the toilet, you know, and that's why people hate copiers and they hate the people. I don't know. But thank you so much, John, for the contact you made. But the thing is, people, I'm just another YouTube screenhead to these normal people, and that's who they are, normal people, IQ 90 to 110. But I don't know what you are, but please, if you are one of them, don't feel hurt, because you're obviously a person who cares about the product and about the employees. But many of them couldn't give a fig, and they run the corporations from top to bottom, the manufacturers, and the independents are picking up the slack. So John, I don't know what to say, but I really like the look of your business and the enthusiasm you drive, the vibe. It's just a pity the OEMs don't reflect that.